Alright everyone, it is newtech shout-out time because Rageaholic, aka RazerFist, the man from Arizona, of course, one of Cinema's constituents, he's very happy about this, by the way, you can tell from his videos. He got another strike on YouTube. Of course, presumably going to appeal it, could come off, but now it's just an excuse to do what I was doing actually as of getting the strike the other day. It was appealed successfully, but I'm putting more content on newtech at this point. The writing's on the wall. When RazerFist and myself and people like us are starting to get strikes, especially for older material, this shows that it's a purge, it's a coordinated effort, as opposed to just, hey, the algorithm decided to act fucky today. So links in the description, and of course if you're watching this on YouTube, there will also be links down below to 3 of his new tech channels, of course on Rumble, where I think he's just barely gotten started, but he's headed towards 1,000 subs on there already. BitChute, where I think he's just under 40,000, so, fairly large audience. And Odyssey, where I think he's just under 10,000. So you should subscribe to him there. Again, links in the description, links down below in a pinned comment on YouTube. Of course, I condemn the move. I think that the election disinformation thing, it's basically a meme at this point because there were plenty of people, Hillary Clinton, Kamala Harris notably, who questioned the 2016 election results. People question the midterms. All of a sudden in 2020 it's not allowed, but I don't know that it will be allowed after the midterms to question the election results. I'm wondering if this is going to be a continuing thing, or if it's one specific election predicated on the great lie of the Democratic Party, which is that there was an insurrection attempt. Of course, there was no such thing. Medical Misinfo got one of my videos. Again, it was restored upon appeal, but I deleted it anyway. I decided that I'm going to put the more interesting, juicy stuff on other sites. There are 3 alternatives here for RazerFist's content. Those same alternatives hold true for myself. I advertise them every day. I know I said that I was only going to make one video that would go on YouTube for the coming week, but this is an extenuating circumstance because, of course, it's trying to get people to use new tech sites. So my assumption is there will be some exclusive ranting on those platforms in the days to come, probably whether or not the strike is reversed. And again, I have to admonish other creators, big and small. It doesn't matter what your audience is. YouTube is no longer effectively the place to be if you want intelligent commentary about political issues, about scientific issues. You've got more and more censorship. You've got more and more purges going on. And sometimes they decide to ratchet it up and a bunch of creators end up obliterated. And a lot of the time those creators have not branched out onto all of these other platforms. They're not on Minds either. They don't have a Substack. They're relying on Medium or WordPress or something. They're not on Subscribestar. They've got a Patreon channel. They'll ban you for off-site behavior. YouTube even hasn't done that yet. They're still using Boomerbook, aka Facebook, aka Meta, aka whatever Zuckerberg pulls out of his ass today. But they're not on Minds. They're not using any comparable site, or they're using Twitter. Twitter being arguably the most censored of all for certain purposes. And again, the differential treatment and deferential treatment of certain creators who have priority status, like Cenk Uygur, or people like him, Hassan Piker. You'd think of the legacy media network, certainly corporate brands. They can get away with effectively ignoring the rules. If you quote certain MSNBC bits on YouTube, you'll get a strike. With or without, satirizing them, critical commentary. They can be repeatedly wrong on medical issues, on political issues. You can quote them, you get punished. Well, they don't get punished. Their channels are still there. RazerFist pointed out years ago that his opinion was that YouTube was moving towards becoming an on-demand service. Well, I don't see that ever fully happening, and we do have points of disagreement. Of course, he likes his steak to be charred until it's a piece of charcoal, and he's a heretic who doesn't like pineapple on pizza. I happen to concur with the basic premise, which is that YouTube is steadily moving more and more independent people aside, has already effectively done that with priority status, to the point where people's channels simply don't grow. You get to a certain point and it zeroes out and you struggle to get 10 new subscribers where you were adding 300 or 400 a day before. It's not your fault. It's YouTube's algorithms. You're not in the related videos. You're not, nobody's going to see you on the recommended list because you're verboten. you're considered lesser. You're Untermensch compared to the priority creator stack that they've decided to, in some cases, literally pay, like trying to pay Will Smith to make videos on the platform. I wonder if they did the same with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Probably. So yes, again, links in the description, links down below as well. You should follow him. If you're already on one of these platforms, just take the link, make sure to give him a follow. Because in some cases, people don't advertise it as much. You may not even know that they're there. As far as Rumble, I think that he is a relative newcomer to the platform. He's got a couple of videos that are all from yesterday in the wake of the strike, so my assumption is that it hasn't been very long. I don't think that you can see when a channel was created on Rumble. Another thing that they definitely have to work on in due time. So yes, I am giving him an official shout out, so leave him a clank. Let him know who sent you. That's about all. Peace out.